Okay, so I don't know what it be doing on live because it be like it's live, but it says it's doing something. But so today on Tea, Wisdom, Food, and Money with Keirra, me, aka the goddess. This is the food that I'm eating. Ooh, hold on, let me not waste it. This is the food that I'm eating today for my job. It's the scallops with the veggies and some chips. So, today the wisdom is going to be about wounded warriors. I was going to say wounded healers, but that is the same thing of what I'm speaking about. So, I'm going to be telling you guys the stages in becoming a wounded warrior, aka a wounded healer. So, hold on, I'm finna eat kinda cuz I'm hungry. Today is the first day like I'm tasting scallops. I tasted one before I ordered this. It was good. So I ordered it and it's good. Yeah, this is good. I don't know about how these veggies finna taste. I'm not a veggie girl, but I mean, I need to be, so even if I don't like it, I'm gonna eat it. Just for the nutrition of it. But yeah, this is good. It don't taste like shrimp, but it have the consistency of shrimp. To me, lobster tastes like shrimp and crab legs had a baby. And I love crab legs and I love shrimp, but that did not make me love lobster more than either one of those. My favorite is crab legs, and then it's shrimp, and then after that is lobster. You would think that it would be lobster since it's both of them, but no. I like them individually. Okay, so that's so good. It's so good. I'm gonna be smacking in this video. But, so, this is the stage of how the student becomes the teacher. In life, you are going to go through horrible things, bad things, the worst things, especially if you're a chosen one. You're chosen because you're going to go through all of the things that people don't normally heal from, and you're going to be the one to heal from it, aka being a generational curse breaker. And I just want a moment of silence for all of the generational curse breakers that went through hell during quarantine, because that's when it all started. Moment of silence, please. Okay, so when you go through all of the things that you go through in life, having the mindset of woe is me, having the mindset of everything bad happens to me, this is horrible, I hate this, da 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 da, like being more into it than you need to think of your life as you being this overseer of everything, because that is really what is going on. That's why the quotes of saying like that you are the maker of your life, that is so true. You put yourself in situations by either the things that you decide to do, the actions you be taking, the decisions you make. It's all do good with your choices. And you can't do good with your choices until you're overlooking your life like you're seeing it from a bigger picture, aka the bigger picture. So, when you go through all of the adversities that God is going to put you through before basically that you wake up, not saying you won't go through stuff after you wake up, because actually the waking up part is literally like the biggest tower moment ever. But it's like one of the last ones, one of the last big ones, because you got to start over to create a really solid foundation. That's the very first step after you heal, is to create a solid foundation for your life. But while you're going through all of the adversities, you should be learning from them. That is why you shouldn't take on a woe is me type of attitude. And that is also why, I don't know if it's because I'm an Aquarius, I can do this so good or whatever, but you shouldn't involve your feelings in life as much. And when I say that, I don't mean be, what is that called? Be insensitive or anything, because actually I'm very sensitive and everyone should be very sensitive. But towards other people, towards yourself too, but not in a way where your emotions overtake your mindset. Never let your feelings get the best of your mind. If that should make sense. Like, for example, we could take me for example. I was depressed from a very young age. Probably an age where people don't even understand how depression works. But I understood that I was depressed after I was doing stuff like self-sabotaging myself, self-harming myself. And it was all like trying to get an outlet of all of the things I was feeling and keeping inside. Well, barely keeping inside at that point. But once I started looking at my life from an outside perspective, which really didn't start until I turned 18, well, maybe 17 actually. But until I started looking at my life from an outside point of view, like I was looking at it from a TV screen in a movie theater, and be like, girl, you should have da-da-da-da, or you shouldn't even care because, you know, next year you're going to be in a different spot or whatever. When I started looking at my life in a different light, that's when everything changed. That's when I had my awakening. That's when everything fell apart. And then after that, that's when everything magically started putting itself not back together, because I don't have anything from my old life except for a few things. There is a few things, but for the majority and the most part, I don't have anything really from my old life. No, not my mindset, my feelings, my way of thinking, my actions, the people I'm around, none of that. But also, if you can't get away from the people you're around, or you can't get away from the things that make you feel the way that you feel, it's because you are trying to get taught the lesson of the first step is not letting your emotions or other people's opinions affect you. If you're going to be some leader, if you're going to be a leader of any type of group, any type of organization, any type of class, anything, and if you're in a position of higher power, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you cannot be broken. Small things can't break you. Worldly, manly things cannot break you. Those things are emotions, situations, obstacles, delays, none of that. So, when you are going through the things that you're going through, feel the feelings that you're going to feel. Find an outlet that works for you, whether that be meditation, writing it down, speaking it out loud, talking to somebody about it, which I actually, unless it's a therapist, I actually don't recommend that, because this isn't the video for that, but there's a big difference between talking to people who want the best for you and want you to be happy and who are balanced in themselves, versus talking to people who don't really care about you, or they care too much about you in a weird way, and they don't want the best for you. Rather, they say it to you out loud, or they think it in their head. People have hidden tendencies and hidden agendas, and it's best not to involve other people in your personal situation, unless it's a therapist or somebody who you really trust, which, like I'm saying, you got to take somebody you really trust with a grain of salt, because it really be the closest people to you who, like, they be sending you negative energy. Rather they know it all the way or not, the slightest bit of envy, the slightest bit of she just get on my nerves, or she just thinks she all that, or she just, like, any negative thing that they come up with in their head, it's going to negatively affect you, especially if you care about them and you're attached to them. If your circles and your energy is in connection and intertwined and all of that, their negativity is going to get to you and sabotage a lot of things in your life. But God put you through the things that you're going through and have went through because you were supposed to learn from it, heal from it, and then you were supposed to be a teacher to other people, the next generation who will go through the same things as you. So if you think, oh my God, woe is me, my life has been horrible, all of this stuff has happened to me, but you're still here, you made it through. And if you're not healed from it, heal from it. And then once you heal from it, then you are now the teacher, the wounded healer, the warrior. And now it's your turn to help the next generation. Help them get through it. So, or help them not experience what you experienced. So, for me, I guess what I'm doing now, what I do on my videos all the time, I talk about a lot of stuff. I talk about how astrology has helped me. I talk about how numerology has helped me. I talk about how meditation has helped me. I talk about how God has, oh my God, the Lord Jesus Christ has helped me. Oh my God, I can't forget about the biggest thing. I talk about that. I talk about how looking at my life from a different perspective and not as myself with my emotions and my feelings and my attachments has helped me tremendously. Helping other people and being of service to other people is all of our purpose in life. No matter what form we bring it to other people in, that is all of our purpose in life. Is to be a teacher. That's why the kids are the future. The kids, just because we go through things and we get over it, doesn't mean that someone else is going to not go through it. It happens. It's going to keep happening. But the more we be able to teach people, and the more we teach people to heal from it and then to tell other people about what they've been through, the better it's going to get. Because we don't have people swallowed up by their darkness, by their demons, by their fears, by their adversities, their obstacles, their delays, none of that. You shouldn't see your life as the competition between another human being. Your life is a competition between the old you. You should always be striving to be better tomorrow, well, better now than you were yesterday. So always stay in the present moment. Be better today than you were yesterday. And disattach, or let me think, is that the right prefix for that? Do anybody know? Disconnect? I'm gonna say that. Disconnect yourself from other people and feeling other people's other people's pain, other people's obstacles, other people's life. Because if you're worried so much about somebody else's life and what they're doing, you're not worrying enough about your life and what you're doing. Now, if you've done all of your stuff, you're happy, you don't need drugs to make you feel good. You don't need anything like to unsober your mind to make you feel good and make you go through your day like you a motherfucking queen. I'm sorry to cuss, or a king. And then it's your time to worry about other people in their lives and see what they're doing wrong and how you can help them. Help. Constructive criticism. Constructive criticism. There's a big difference between criticizing someone to help them, constructive criticism, or judging somebody by what they are going through in their life and how they're dealing with their demons. Because last time I checked, no one is on a level to judge anybody else. Nobody. To constructively guide them off of a dangerous, destructive path is a different story. We all have means to do that. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm not even gonna joke. Lately, stuff just ain't been hitting the way I want it to hit. Like, but your story matters, and your healing matters because you are supposed to be a teacher. You are supposed to naturally be able to teach other people how to overcome the adversities that God handed you. Not to tear you down. He didn't hand you all of these things to tear you down unless you had bad karma. Then he sent the devil to go do his dirty work, and yeah, then you just got karma. But still, if you didn't die, what doesn't kill you is supposed to make you stronger. Because if you die, then, either you did something really bad and it was just too wrong, or it was just your time to reincarnate and stuff. Who knows really exactly what that is. But when you go through the things that you go through, having your feelings attached to it too much is what makes you uneasy inside, and it makes you sick inside, ill, diseases. When you look at all of the English language, because we're in the United States. I don't know if everybody is in the United States that watch my video. I know on my Facebook there's a lot of people who aren't in the United States. There's a lot of African people on there. But in the United States, in the English language, think about the root words of everything that you say. Like example, a disease, a dis-ease, anxiety, illness. A dis-ease is caused by dis-ease, stress. What causes strokes? What causes high blood pressure? What causes diabetes? Some of those is food, not gonna lie, food, because diabetes, like, that's food and stuff. But ultimately, it's because food is 3D too. So food is 3D too. So like I'm saying, like, ultimately it's energy, it's stress. Stress is the biggest killer. And how do you get rid of stress? Meditate. Heal from your wounds. Heal from them. Don't be scared of them. Especially because you cannot change them. Heal from them. Be honest with yourself, first of all, because you can't heal from nothing if you lying about the reality of the whole situation. It's going to be an open wound still, and it's going to be worthless. It's going to be for nothing to do it that time because you're not being honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and heal from the things that you have went through, the things that you have done, the things that you have put other people through. Be honest. The truth hurts, but be honest. Then once you heal from what you go through and what you've been through, you start fresh. So, in order for you to build up a new tower, or build up a new life, your old life got to disintegrate. And you got to sweep away everything. You got to sweep it away, demolish it, like literally turn it all back into dust. And send it away and let the wind take it away. Now you got to go find your new tools, your new materials, and now you got to build up your life again. You got to build up the tower again. And if you're not careful, you're going to need to tear that tower down too. So it's best to do it right when you get another chance. When you get that second chance, don't fuck it up. Sorry to cuss again. You know what's right and what's wrong. You know some of the things that you've done to other people have not been right. How you treat other people, broken people at that. How you treat other people when they're broken, when you can compromise and empathize with what they're going through, and how it matters too, because we all matter. It gives you brownie points with the Lord. even if you're a bad person, which at that point you would be considered not a bad person, because the fact that you have compassion and you care for another human being shows that you're not a bad person. You just make really bad decisions sometimes. Like I said, the truth hurts. And if you can't understand that we are all living beings and we're all going through our own things, no matter what age a person is in their life. Because one thing I really hate is when I hear an older person tell a younger person, you ain't got nothing to be stressed about. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Yes, we do. Yes, they do. Don't tell them about their journey, because just like you are going through what you're going through at this time, no matter what it be or is or whatever, they're going through something too. And just because your struggle is older than theirs doesn't mean it's way worse than theirs, and it doesn't mean it affects them any less what they're going through. So don't try to desensitize another person to their struggles because you think your struggles is almighty, and no. I really hate when older people say that. Because you don't know what God put on their plate. And trying to invalidate somebody's feelings is just stupid. It really is stupid. I just tasted the first vegetable, even though it was a potato, so I guess it don't count as a vegetable. Okay. Now I'm finna taste the first real vegetable. I'm finna taste this. I hate carrots. Oh, never mind. I like the carrots. Oh, that first thing that I just ate after the potato, that was a zucchini. Yeah, this is zucchini. Yeah, the carrot tastes good, to be honest. That's crazy that the carrot tastes good. The carrot really tastes good. That's crazy. I ain't like carrots, but that tastes good. And this is some spinach. Oh, okay. I like it. It's good. I don't think I got another 2 spoons. I'm surprised this video is a little bit longer than I thought this video was going to be long, but it might be. I still got some more stuff to talk about, probably. I'm long-winded, like my father. That's what my mom always told me. Being a person who isn't afraid of the truth and who isn't afraid to heal wholeheartedly and to take accountability for their mistakes, their transgressions, their sins, that makes them a better person. That makes them a stronger person. It's so crazy. Ever since I really had my spiritual awakening, which if you don't know, if you watching me, how you don't know this by now, but if this is your first video watching of me, I had my spiritual awakening fully on May 22nd, 2020, during the quarantine. And the next months after May, those months was like the craziest, most manic months in my life so far. I'm only 19, so there's probably gonna be more shit to go through and stuff. Of course. Even though, the good die young, so I ain't gonna be mad if I die young. I ain't gonna be mad. I ain't gonna lie. I would rather have kids and raise them and be a good mother and do all of that kind of stuff first. But God knows his plans for me, and I trust in what he's going to put me through. Because now that I'm on top of my game, the things that's going to throw themselves at me is going to affect me the way that they would have affected the old me. So I'm in control. I make the decisions. And I choose what I tolerate and what I don't tolerate. I choose what I'm going to continue to go through and not continue to go through. I know when to pull the plug on people and on situations. As soon as I start getting that little feeling of, this isn't working out for me anymore, I quit. And that doesn't make me a quitter. That makes me stronger. Because now it's making sure that I don't put anything in my life that I don't want. And it's only keeping the door open for things that I do want. And I'd rather it take a little bit more time for me to get what I want. It doesn't matter, because eventually I'm going to get what I want. Because I'm pushing away everything that I don't want. That's the law of attraction. Now this tastes really good now. The things I love most about life: food, fashion, art, and what else? A whole bunch of other stuff that we can get into in a different video. But things I really appreciate, like I see as my adulthood, what I'm going to be putting my time into. Oh, being a motivational speaker, for sure. Boom. Duh. But I'm going to be a motivational type of speaker that look good all the time. Like, every time I go out somewhere, just know, as long as, as long as I feel good, because I look the way I feel. So if I don't feel good, I'm more than likely not going to make myself look good, because then it's going to make people have the impression that I feel good, and I don't want that. No, I feel horrible, so I'm going to look horrible. But most of the time, when I go outside, when I'm doing the things that I'm going to be doing as an adult, as my career, my occupation, my day-to-day job, my day-to-day mission, all of that kind of stuff, best believe I'm going to be wearing the best of the best. And I don't mean the most expensive of the most expensive. It just means I'm going to be looking good. Real good. Oh, but let me become a billionaire. Let me become a billionaire. Oh, who? Oh, fashion icon. Who? This one. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that, are y'all? And why I gotta be a billionaire? I don't gotta be a billionaire for that, but just let me get up there like that, which I will. All faith, I will, because God says so. The Lord told me that. I know it's gonna be happening. But I'm gonna be looking so good. I'm gonna be looking so good. Fashion, art, food, music. Oh, that was the other one I was gonna say. Music. I love music. Speaking of music, when I'm going through, which at first I didn't know it was a pattern, but when I was going through my cycles of about to awaken versus really awakening, because like I said, my awakening was in 2020. But when I was 13, I was almost on the verge of an awakening, but I got scared and I jumped out of it. I ain't really do it. I ain't go through it with it when I was 13, almost 14 or something like that. But I've noticed that music has a big effect on what I'm going through in life. I know when something's about to change in my life, or when something is really bad in my life, and then when something's really bad versus when it's about to change for the better, because the music starts speaking to me. And I think I've talked about this in one of my videos, but my patterns started with Beyonce. When I was 13, my bad for smacking. When I was 13, and I was on the verge of having basically a spiritual awakening, but I didn't know really what that was back then. I just knew what I was going through, and nobody else understood. But I figured once 2020 happened and I went through my full spiritual awakening, I realized the pattern. Beyonce's music always has a big impact on what I'm going through when I'm going through my transition of being at my very, very lowest to getting back on my stuff, of getting back up and gaining my strength back again. Like when I was 13, maybe 14, I don't know. I think I was 13 though. But if I do the math, I know for sure, because I was in the most horriblest place and I was ready to, you know, KMS. And I was laying on the couch and all of a sudden, I was laying on the futon, and all of a sudden on the TV it was just like Beyonce's new visual album. And I'm like, Beyonce got a new album? What? So I'm on the couch just after getting, I promise you, I was on cloud nine, breakdown, mental illness, like crazy stuff. Like I was down, I was low, but I was high, but I was down. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. But so I'm sitting on the couch, I'm laying on the couch after just going through a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm watching Beyonce on the TV for like however long it was that when the visual album came out. I think it was like on HBO or Showtime or something. I think it was HBO. I love that every time. Like she always had her music on her shows, her concerts. She always had it on I think it was HBO. And it was always at a time where I was going through something so bad, and then her music would just like speak to me so much and like put me back together again in a way. Align me more to my true self and my higher self. I don't know what it was, but her music was so emotional to me, and it was like speaking to me so much. But in 2020, that's when the Lion King album was speaking to me, and her song Spirit and Bigger, like that's exactly what, like it spoke to me so well, because that's exactly like what I was going through. What I was like, it was like the spirit really was talking to me through Beyonce. And I'm just like, once it was 2020 and that happened, I was like, I remember when I was 13 and this happened, and I was going through so much, and then I just ended up having to watch her stuff. Like her stuff just came on, and randomly like her music was really like touching me, and it made me feel so much better. It made me feel like I could do anything and that I could be anything, and that like, and that really changed my outlook of how I was dealing with stuff, because I realized like I do have goals. I do want to experience things in life, and I do want to be able to teach other people the things that I've overcome, the things that I think about, and the things that I feel. And then now, I'm not gonna lie, so yesterday music was speaking to me, but through a new artist. Which that just made me like, when you have a pattern, you don't realize it's a pattern the first time it happens, because the first time it happens is like it's the first time it's happening. So yesterday I realized it's a new pattern that God, the spirit, the universe is putting in my path, because Corn Hawthorne, she sings, and she's like she sings gospel music, and it's so good. It's so good. The first time I ever heard her song, Won't He Do It, I was in the car with my boyfriend at the time and his mom. And I don't know, the song just came on the radio, and I think we was all talking or whatever, but it like caught my attention so well, and I was listening to the lyrics and listening to her voice, and I'm just like, that's speaking to me. So I kept hearing it on the radio. I kept hearing it, and I finally was like, it was like I always missed the beginning part of when they said the name of the song and who was singing it and stuff. I always missed that part. But I ended up finding out what the song was called, and I kept listening to it. Like I was listening to it on a loop like for a week, just listening to it, because it just was speaking to me so much. And that was, I think that was right after I had my spiritual awakening. So right after I had my spiritual awakening in 2020, Beyonce's songs was speaking to me, especially Spirit and Bigger, and then Won't He Do It was speaking to me. And then yesterday, like I was saying yesterday, how I realized she entered the pattern now. Her other songs, Unstoppable, Speak to Me, what else? Pray. And basically a lot of her songs was speaking to me on like the most interesting level ever, and it was like in a way making me like obsessed. Like I was like, wait, hold on, who is she? And then I remember like, yeah, her song, because I remember her from the song Won't You Do It, because it got stuck in my head in May, I think in May of 2020. If it wasn't May, it was like somewhere around that time, May or June. But like her, it was just speaking to me like the way that Beyonce has spoke to me the whole time when I was going through the things that I was going through. So, but yesterday I wasn't going through anything bad yesterday. That's why it's like different. It's different with her. So Beyonce's is like, and Nicki Minaj too. So it's like Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, and now Hawthorne. Beyonce would be the one whose music got me out of my rock bottom, ready to die, ready to like get off this planet. I'm tired of everything, to get me back on track with I have a lot of things I want to accomplish. I have a lot of things I want to say. I have a lot of things I want to do. I want to be somebody. And then after Beyonce got me back on my level like that, then next some type of Nicki Minaj music would get me on my I'm a bad bitch, can't nobody tell me nothing. But Beyonce did that to me too at the same time. Beyonce be doing that too, but intertwined with Nicki Minaj get that next step. And then I be feeling like I'm on top of the world and I'm back to my normal self, and I'm like, yeah, that can't nobody touch me, can't nobody do nothing, because I know my worth. And now I don't know, Corn, I don't know, hers more like, because it's gospel music, probably it's more like I owe everything that I've been through and everything that I've overcome and stuff to God, to Jesus, to my Savior, to Spirit, to the universe, to my higher self, to my future self, because I'm always getting through things that I don't think I'm going to get through. And it always has something to do with God and other people who just so happen to know God too, and just so happen to be successful the way that I want to be successful. I don't know if I want to be successful in music, because all of them are successful in music. They're more than successful in music, because they all have things that they say that is just like powerful, impactful, amazing. But their art, they put it through art, and it's always music. That's why I love music, because other people's music always speaks to me. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a singer, and I did sing and stuff. I was in choir and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know what made me stop. But now I feel like only sometimes I can sing. Like, when I sing the songs that speak to me, I can sing them, and I sing them well. Even Rihanna. So I'm going to intertwine Rihanna into it too. Rihanna get me on my I want to fight, I want to slap somebody type of vibe though. Which I don't know if that's but it's good, because sometimes you have to defend yourself. So definitely when it's time to defend myself, I listen to my I'm a bad bitch music, and I'm gonna smack somebody if they keep messing with me music. But I'm proud to say that I am a wounded warrior, a wounded teacher, a wounded healer, a wounded star. But I'm not wounded anymore, because I overcame my adversities, and I healed, and I was truthful with myself, and I was truthful to God, and I repented for my sins, and I let Jesus be my Savior. And through Jesus, I've created a relationship with God. But I will not take on the title and the what's those things called, label, as a Christian, because, and only because, they think that zodiac signs and horoscopes and stars and all that kind of stuff is witchcraft and evil. That's the only reason why I'm not going to let my label be a Christian, because I believe in that stuff is true, and I don't think that it's evil. I think it's the most amazing thing that could have ever happened, and it's really weird that they try to portray it as being evil when really the Bible is based off of astrology and the stars and everything. Jesus is the sun. It's the sun. The 12 disciples is the disciples, the 12 zodiac signs. That's why when they try and put this 13 one in there, I don't really know what they're trying to do with that one. Unless it's 13 because one of them end up being the one that betrayed Jesus or whatever. But I thought that was the 12 and one of them did. But I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not caught up in every chapter of the Bible. I read the chapters of the Bible when they call to me, because that's when they make the most sense. When they call for me and call to me to read them, that's when they make the most sense. If I try to force myself to read the things just because, they don't make sense. Proverbs always make sense. Like I've said that in my video so many times. Psalms and Proverbs always make sense to me. Revelation made sense to me. That was the first thing I ever read that made sense to me, which was because that's when I was going through my spiritual awakening, and I feel like that is exactly what the rapture is. Everyone's going to wake up and go through their judgment. And I feel like the individual ones do it when he call them to, because we the leaders of what's going on. We're going to be like the elders, the leaders. And then when it's time for everybody to do it all at the same time, that's Judgment Day. And the ones that he been called, we're already going to be going. We already did it. And now it's for us. We're going to be the ones that he sent out to go get the. So basically, it's literally like teaching. It's literally like, I don't even know. I don't know how to explain it. That thought just came up in my head. I need to decipher it more before I say it and put it on YouTube. But speaking of music, after I get off this live, which will be very, very, very soon, I'm going to go listen to all of that music I just was talking to y'all about that make me feel the feels. But yeah, all last night I had Corn on replay. Every song replay, speaking to me. Don't listen to what I just said about that to me part. But yeah, I like her. So now she's one of my favorites. Her song "Won't You Do It" was one of my favorite songs once I heard it. But now she's one of my favorite people. I'm pretty sure there's more I could talk about this, but I'm gonna get off this live and finish eating my food, listen to some nice music, and meditate afterwards. I feel like when I have sleep paralysis, it's because I haven't meditated the way that God wanted me to meditate in a while. Which I'm not gonna lie, shadow work is so hard. It's so woo. And it always waits till nighttime to want to start wanting to do his job. Being scary. But I'm gonna get through it. Like I'm telling y'all to get through it. I'm gonna get through it, and then after I get through this next step, I'm gonna tell y'all about it so that y'all know for y'all next step. I'm all about empowering other people. Words of wisdom.